I quickly wanted to talk about the different blending modes and why they're really important to kind of understand inside of Substance. So we're going to set up a little example here. So we have two different properties on the blend node. We have a background and a foreground. That's important when I'll kind of discuss that here in a second. But we're going to take our gradient linear and we're going to plug that into the background. And then we're going to add our kind of bell here or a disk to the foreground. And what you're going to notice right away is that we can see only the disk. We don't see the linear gradient at all. If I double click on the blend node, we can see its properties right here. And specifically, what we're really interested in are these blending modes. And you might be asking, well, what are these? Well, they're different ways of handling the math of the colors of these two independent inputs. So again, we can think about height maps in terms of pure white is 1 and pure black is 0. And right now, what a blend node is trying to do is take those two images and composite them together in some fashion. We have the first blend mode, which is called copy. And we can imagine that this blend mode is actually just like a piece of paper laying on top of the other. So with the gradient being the first piece of paper, we have laid the piece of paper that is black and white with the circle on it right on top of this one 100%. And we can see that right here with this opacity slider. If we start to move this down, we can start to see the other page, the linear gradient, start to appear through. So if we put the opacity all the way to 0, we can see the first linear gradient completely. And if we go all the way up to 1, then we can see the foreground image. Now, the next blend mode that we want to mess with here is the add, so linear dodge. We're taking the background node. So imagine again, the very bottom is 0, the very top is 1. And we're saying take that and add the foreground value to it. So anything that's black obviously is 0. So that's not influencing this at all. But what we're doing in the center here is we're saying, oh, this is a value of 1. So if in the middle here is 0.5, we're saying 0.5 plus 1. And obviously we can't go above 1, which would equal 1.5, so it just maxes out at 1, and we end up with this unique kind of shape here. What we'll note is on the next node, subtract, what do we see right here? So what we're saying, again, is we're taking the background first in the equation, and we're saying 1 minus the value of 0.5, or 1 minus 0.2 or 0.3 down here. So we can see actually that this value increases, it's actually getting darker because it's subtracting more of the value off of this. So if we switch this again, if I plug the gradient into the background and the disk into the foreground, what's happening here is we're having, again, about 0.5 in value in the middle, and we're saying minus 1 anywhere it's white. And anywhere it's black, we're just doing minus 0. So it's unedited, it's not changing it. And so sometimes when you're working with blending layers, it's easy to kind of forget this and sometimes kind of work through it. But if you're ever wondering why you're not getting a specific result, just remember a lot of this just has to do with very simple math. The next blend mode we're going to talk about is multiply. So with multiplication, it's commutative. So that means that our input nodes don't matter on the order like they did with adding and subtracting. Now, what you'll end up seeing here is just what you would imagine. In the top circle, we have 1. In the bottom, we have a gradient. So 1 times 0.5 equals out to about 0.5. So now you guys should have a pretty solid understanding of how adding, subtracting, and multiplying work inside of Substance Designer. So the one thing to remember is certain operations, it depends on the order in which the nodes are connected to the blend node. So as long as you know associative and commutative operations in math, that just basically means, does the order matter? That's the only thing that's going to be a gotcha. So again, if you like this video, make sure to click the like button for the algorithm. If you want to see the rest of the blend modes for Substance Designer, comment below, or if you have other questions, just ask and we'll go from there. So again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you have any questions. Cheers.